Uncle Drummer TV. Rules for your brains, rules for your heart. Never complains, give you point of view that always explain the truth between lies and the truth between saying.
Hi, this is Uncle Drummer TV.
Good afternoon, my people. It's your boy Uncle Drumz, the man of the hour. Another wonderful show today. We have a special, amazing guest. Yes, we have Uncle Icky, a man of the world, a man of the town, represents for his people. Yeah. So, how are you, Mr. Icky?
Fine, Drum. You good?
Yeah, I'm good. Uncle Icky, everything's good and life's treating you well, yes?
As well as good. Yes.
All right, brother. Enough love. So, Uncle Icky, yeah, I know you're a man of the world and all that stuff, yeah. But one thing I want to ask you, yeah, what is your secret to looking so young? I don't know your age, but I know that you're not no young boy, but you're not too old.
It's about minimizing stress, yeah, training, trying to live healthily, eating appropriately, and being honest with yourself and whoever you're involved with, because when honesty...
Right, Uncle Icky, when you said honesty, yeah, can you just break that down for the people then?
Well, everybody wants to be honest with themselves, because if you're going to lie to yourself, you're going to achieve anything, right? Yeah, how should I put it now? You're disempowering yourself by lying to yourself. You lie to your partner, if you have one. It's also about dishonesty and not propagating the correct stuff to build a relationship on. Yeah? If you've got honesty, even if you're a cheat and you're honest, at least your partner knows that they know where they stand with you. You are what you are, and you're not hiding it from them. Yeah? Mm-hmm. Some people hide it. Someone will accept a man cheating, especially if he's honest. Other women won't, right? But at least you give them the choice to make a choice, right? You've made yours. Be honest and fair to them. Allow them to make theirs. Yeah? Some will say that they will accept, if you've got a woman, they'll accept you, right? And then they want to change it. But if you're honest in the first place, yeah? If they don't accept it, you tell them, well, you knew what the situation was, right? In all honesty. Cheating isn't good, but some people can't help it. Especially since there's allegedly possibly 9 women to every one straight man. So you got to see the game and know what it is. Sure. And what your part in it is, if you are in it.
Sure. Was you born and grow in Brixton?
No, born in Paddington, grew in Brixton. From the age of about 9, 10. From the age of 10, went to school in the area, grew up, worked. I've been here ever since, and the whole idea for me is that this is my community, although it's no longer the community it used to be.
Yeah.
From the 70s to the 90s, from there onwards, everything's changed. They call it gentrification, but basically it's ethnic cleansing.
Yeah. Okay, so when you was growing up as a youth man, yeah? Like nowadays, as you can see, there's loads of gangs and loads of strippiness going on. What was it like for you as a youth man growing up around here with you and your friends?
Well, in one sense it was difficult because being black, the police was always on your case, whether you've done anything or not. There used to be disagreements from different schools, yeah? But it wasn't this postcode rubbish that's going on. And most of them, without even realizing it, are all probably related.
That's right.
So, again, they're doing themselves and their families and their communities a disservice. And it's ignorance and stupidity. And I'll say it to their faces because guess what? To kill somebody for no other reason than what? He said something to you don't like. He might save your life at a later stage if you let him live. But you're taking that away, right? You're causing him and his family grief. You're causing your own family grief, right? Plus expensive, because they've got to visit you in prison, right? Whatever you're doing out here, you're doing it for yourself, but when you go inside, they've got to be doing for you, right? If you have a brain, you realize everybody out here working together is far better than one in the grave or one in prison. I've been to funerals where mothers know each other. The child who's inside's mother is at the funeral because the child that her child has killed is her friend from school's child. So now, equate that, how they're feeling.
It's a lot.
Right? And it's because what? As you grow up, you no longer see your friends because you're working, right? You've got your family, yeah? You've got all sorts of other external pressures, right? It's good to try and keep it together as a family and a community. If your child isn't going to listen to you, there's nothing you can do. The system wants to blame you, but if you chastise your child, you go to prison. So there's nothing to hold them back. There's no understanding, right? The values, our grandparents are very valuable. The history, the stories they tell you, the history that comes from them, tells you who you are, where you're coming from, and what your people have achieved, right? The oral history, because that's what it used to be. Now, we're not, it's no longer that. There's no connections.
True.
Right? I wish it was the way. My mother taught me, other people around her taught me. I respected my elders. Don't get me wrong, even back then, we were rude on the street up to a point, but you know if you were doing something wrong and an elder knew your parents saw you, you were going to be chastised verbally there and then. And before you even got home, because remember there was no mobile phones, the news got home before you, right? So again, you were aware. But now, how shall I put it now? Everything is wrong. Our children are lost, right? They're no longer our children. Parents don't even realize when you register your child, you are actually giving it to the government. That's
right.
Why the people that have got their child sick, dying in hospital and wants to carry it to America can't do it. They find them legally because the child belongs to the government. Yeah? A lot of our people don't realize you can still, they talk about deporting people. You can still be deported up to the third generation. It was a policy that was put forward by Queen Elizabeth I. It's still there now. We're lullling ourselves into a false sense of security. There is no security for our people. We have to know that we have to build our own. Right? We have to have you have to have your own business. Otherwise you're slaving for somebody else.
True.
And if you're going to be slaving for somebody else, don't say you're not a slave. Because slavery still exists even to this day in so many different forms. But I'm just one person who lives in a community, reads and values people, but will not take foolishness. And that's what our parents taught me and our forefathers. We can't afford to. Nobody's better than us. We're not better than anybody else. Right? Everybody eats, sleeps, shit. Yeah? So from you doing that, no matter what you've got, you've also got to die. It's about appreciating each other. It's not about, okay, people have made it about race now.
Yeah.
Right? You have the Asians, right? You have the Jews.
Yeah.
Right? They're not just races, they're religious sections as well, because Sikhism, all of that, it's all institutionalized in some way, right? Where people come together for recognition and unity. We're the only ones that can't. Well, as a race, you're seen as being black, but you claim not to be black. The only people that have a treaty with most of these governments are the Moors, right? Because they were the ones that were selling slaves from time way back, right? They cannot be made to follow any law other than their own. So our people have got to learn from all of these and come together. Only in unity can we do anything positive, right? Every little thing that you do helps, but unless you do it in mass and come together and children recognize that they're lost and educate themselves. Educate yourself properly. Not the way the system wants you to be educated so that they can use you. So that you have value to yourself and your family. You can actually teach your children. Please. Because that is the future of our people. It's not about which island you're from, because guess what? You're all interrelated anyway. Because wherever you came from, the first island they took you to break you, was Barbados.
Yeah.
And people don't want you to know that, but that's a reality. So even though you're from Jamaica, understand, originally, the island that you were brought to be broken was Barbados.
Hold on, Uncle Icky. So, you was taken from Africa and brought to Barbados.
That's correct, but also don't forget, some of us, as Africans, were on the islands anyway.
Okay.
Because we are travelers, right? There's nowhere in the world our people has not been. And you can see aspects of it anywhere you go.
Yeah.
So, knowing that, you know your history, you know you have to be proud of yourself. If you're not, then there is something wrong with you. Mental health, we're all suffering from it one way or the other. Post-slavery syndrome, right? Coming from the islands to work in a cold climate, that also affects you mentally, not just physically. Even now, I was born here, and at times when it's cold, it puts me in a bad way. People talk about sad and depression. We're all suffering from it to some degree. But hopefully, people will go and do research, because it's only in research do we gain knowledge, to understand and experience. So please, know who you are, know what you are about, and know what you can achieve.
Okay, Uncle Icky. So we're in Brixton now, yeah? Can you give us like some history on Brixton? Let's take for instance the library, Brixton Library.
Well, all libraries with Tate and Lyle on them were founded by the Tate and Lyle sugar,
yep,
which had plantations all over the islands.
Yep.
Right? So the libraries were funded by the slave work, so the money that's made out of slavery. Yeah. Another aspect is that people don't recognize it. So again, they're public spaces that are being sold off or shut down now, which we should be complaining about, but we don't. Right? Because we have a right to them as the descendants of slaves. Right? The knowledge is that we can help educate ourselves and our children with. Yeah? They're doing away with that when they should be, and if they're going to be doing away with that, they should cancel all taxes. We should have to pay taxes because our forefathers have worked for so long for nothing that, no reparation, so we don't pay no taxes.
Yeah.
They won't do that, but they will give money to build a prison in Jamaica.
Yeah.
And feel offended when we talk about reparation, and the person that did that, their family made, they're still living off the money, that money.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And are they guilty? Yes. Because you don't want, it's not about equality, it's about the advantage for you and yours.
True.
But
okay, Uncle Icky. So let's take for instance Brockwell Park up the road there.
not just Brockwell, we'll take Brockwell, Kennington and Clapham. All three were used to sell slaves, right? People don't know that, but that's a reality. And if you look far enough, they will show you that, yeah? But people don't care.
They used to trade slaves in there, yeah?
Yeah, they used to sell them there, right? You've got to know your history, know the history of the area you're in, right? Before there were blacks in Brixton, they were Irish.
That's right.
Before there were blacks in Paddington, they were Irish, right? So it's as though there's a connection there.
And they got treated bad as well, innit, the Irish?
They did, but then guess what? Nobody would know who they were until they opened their mouths.
Okay.
Right? And we're seeing that now. Because guess what? With us, we stand out. We don't even have to open our mouths. And we've got the mistake of some of our own thinking they're better than the rest. Because of what? Education? Or who they're married to? No. In certain areas. In fact, in Bush's America, you're still black.
True.
All right? End of story. So it's about, what does black mean to you? What does it really mean? Why is there no unity when everybody else can unite?
All right, Icky, Uncle Icky, yeah? Let's talk about something, because there's something that I always like talk to people about this. When we say black, yeah, wasn't that word given to us by white folk?
I believe it was, but guess what? The term they used to use was blackamoor.
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 Okay.
Right? That's been abbreviated. Right?
Okay.
Now the Moors don't want to be acknowledged that they're black, so you take away the black from the Moors, and what have you got? They're still black.
Yeah.
Right? When you talk about black, what is black? From you have melanin, you are seen as black, right? Doesn't matter where in the world you are, okay? And that's why you will always be oppressed, because you stand out because of your melanin, yeah? Everybody else is clearer than you, think they're superior, but really you are a child of the earth. You are in connection with this planet, right? The herbs and stuff that are natural. Some people will find that if they ingest certain things, they'll find it poisonous. With us, but it actually works. Some of it actually works with us and for us.
Yes.
So again, it's about what's natural. Yeah. I mean to say, I'm not knocking anybody, but some people can't stand the sun. The life-giving force of the universe, you cannot stand. Why? Right? The other thing is, how can you not want to acknowledge that you are black when the Europeans in mass decided that they divided up Africa, which wasn't there to divide amongst themselves? They've divided up space amongst themselves, right? With the Chinese involvement now, right? Were we involved?
No.
Right? Why aren't we involved? Right? If they're destroying the planet, after they've destroyed the planet and they leave, who's going to be left behind? Right? Although in science we're helping them as well, because a lot of the scientific development, so people of our people that are actually assisting them. That's mathematically, engineering, whatever.
That's right.
Right? But we're not supposed to know all of this.
Yeah.
And once you know this, I'm sorry to say to you, but the reality is it gives you some pride that you know your people can achieve.
That's right.
That's what we need. We need to know our people can achieve, right? Not just as individuals, but in mass.
That's right.
Well, hold on. They say we're lawbreakers. No. What laws are we breaking? The laws that hold us back. Yeah? A police officer can kill you, and no charges are pressed, right? You defend yourself and kill a police officer, right? Understand, the full fury of the law is coming down on you. Where is the fairness in that? Where's the equality in that? Where's the justice in that? Yeah? I have to, as a youth worker when I was one, I had to visit youngsters in prison who hadn't done anything. But saying it didn't make no difference because there is no justice. There was their word against that of a police officer.
That's right.
Right? Now, there's a lot of police officers who haven't had police checks. But they're still doing their jobs, which is illegal. But you can't tell them that because guess what? They are the law. Whose law?
Whose law?
Who's it for? It's not for everybody, and it doesn't protect everybody. Right? So know yourself. Policeman stops you. You're supposed to ask him what for, and ask for his identification. Right? Most of them don't want you to ask for that. Yeah? They're saying you're being obstructive or you're resisting. Right? How can you acknowledge what isn't there? Right? A lot of people don't even realize the first police officers were those that used to chase slaves.
Yeah.
Okay? So it still goes on.
Yeah, that's right.
If you're assured and you stand up for yourself, understand you will be made an example of.
That's right.
Right? Unless you're actually an ass kisser. I'm sorry to say, we need our sellouts as well as those that stand up, because guess what? We can't all be heroes.
True.
And if they kill us all, then nobody's going to be here to tell our story.
True.
And we need our story told constantly. And reminded of it, where we're coming from, what we have achieved.
Yes, sir.
Right? We've achieved greater than what they talk about happened in Egypt and so forth, right? But it's about being able to factually manifest it. They've destroyed a lot of it. The Vatican has control of a lot of it.
Yes.
Right? But unless you have access, they say you have no proof.
True. All right, Uncle Icky. Let's talk about current affairs right now, yeah? Why do you think that a lot of black men are leaving their black empresses and going to other races, i.e. white women, i.e. Eastern Europeans, i.e. What do you see from your eyes?
I'll say this first, right? Nobody can tell anybody who they can or should love.
True.
Okay? But So that's the first thing. And the second thing, but the other things are from leading on from there is, some people it's status symbols.
Okay.
Yes? Having a white partner, if you're working in certain environments, allegedly will open certain doors for you, even to this day in 2017.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Some of them will say it's because they're paying back for what happened to them in the past. Hey, listen, no matter what excuse you give, know that in a way it's a disrespect to your mother, because guess what? You're saying that a woman that looks like your mother isn't good enough for you. Right?
Yeah, yeah.
Don't know whether your mother and you have a good relationship with your mother or bad one. But there's also the aspect that a lot of them black women are saying that the black men aren't good enough for them. Because again, most of them are getting the jobs that are paying good money, right? I've got a male friend who works in, a bank, right? A lot of the women, there's more black women working in the bank than there are black men.
That's right.
All right?
That's
So
right.
again, it's about finance and who you should be with, because you need somebody that matches your papers. Right? No, it's not about your papers. It's about who you really are, right? The food you eat. You know, a lot of people don't. If you're from the West Indies, a lot of the youngsters don't eat West Indian food no more. In fact, more Europeans are eating West Indian food than the West Indians.
Oh, true.
Right?
True.
And eating chicken. So again, as I said, it's a lot of confusion. Yeah? And some people say, well, they don't want their children to be black because they don't want their children to go what through them and their family have had to go through. It's an aspect of self-preservation, but it's also about defaming yourself and your own.
Yeah.
And that's not right.
All right. So I consider you as a man of knowledge, yeah? One of my elders, yeah? For the black men them that are going out with white women, yeah, and you know, you got the sisters, when you go out with a white woman now, as far as they're concerned, you're finished.
So they say?
You're finished, yeah? You can't come back from that, you've done that, it's like you're stained. It's like you're stained.
It's supposed to go both ways, but guess what? In this world, in reality, so not everybody knows who's who or what's what.
Yeah.
So, if somebody sees you and they like you and they don't know that you've been out with white,
Yeah.
they like you. Doesn't
True.
matter about your past.
True.
It should matter about your past. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. But again, it's down to individual. We're made up of all different types of mindsets.
Yeah. Yes.
And it's about how you can all come together.
Yeah.
Because that's the only thing that we need is unification. Once we unite, there's nothing else that... Listen, once we unite and we stand, nobody can hold us down.
That's right.
Right? Because even the weak amongst us will find strength from the strong.
That's right. But now you've got, in saying that now, you've got a lot of sisters that are going out with white guys now, and then they're saying that, you know, white men treat women better, black women better than black men, and they don't want no more black men. What?
That depends on the black men they meet.
True.
Right? You can't categorize everybody the same. You got brothers that will beat women. You got brothers that will love them to bits. Yeah? I've got a friend, wherever his woman is, if he's not at work, he's with her. She doesn't have to lift a finger. He'll carry the shopping, right? In fact, he'll cook even more than she will, right? That's his way of showing her love,
Yeah.
right? Someone that ain't masculine enough for them, all right? So again, it's what you look for, what your needs are, right? It varies. It's about your needs, right? And what you're willing to do for your partner.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
If it's just sex, then no, it isn't going very far unless that's what you lot are going to just live with. Yeah? It's about trust, as I keep saying, trust, respect, honesty, right? And making a plan together. It's all about planning, right? The Europeans have 5-year plans, 10-year plans for their race.
Yeah.
We don't do anything as a race. We do it as individuals.
That's right.
And we need to start doing it as a race to take our place at the table as one. Because until then, nah. But they say we used to rule before, right? They say the richest man to have ever lived on this planet was one of us.
Musa. Yeah.
Right, yeah? It can happen again, but until there is unity, it's not happening. We need the unification. Our children need the education.
Yeah. All right, Uncle. Next question I want to ask, yeah? You see, like nowadays, yeah, we've got a lot of black youngsters, they got this music called grime, and they're doing this rapping thing in this country now, yeah? And they're getting far, I'm not gonna lie, they are getting far right now. It's going globally and all that stuff. But, you know, the word nigger, yeah?
It's an offence.
Yeah, how detrimental is that to us? Because people think that, nah, it's just a term and it means my brother and this and that, and it's not no harm, it just means it's like man saying brethren. And I'm trying to tell people that could never be.
No, like, it's always been a derogatory term.
Yeah.
Right? And no matter, you can say you can you claim it and own it and try and turn it around, but guess what? Once you look at its origin, it still has the same taint.
Yeah.
Now, let me put it this way, right? A rapist is a rapist. Right? No matter how you try to make the term rape seem like it's funky and so forth, it's still a crime against females. I'm sorry to put it like that, but that was the only analogy that I could think of.
I do.
Yeah?
I do.
Hold on. If I'm a murderer, okay, depends on why I've committed the crime.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
With a rapist, it doesn't matter what reason you've taken advantage of somebody who is weaker than yourself.
That's right.
Same with that term. It's derogatory.
Yeah.
It's putting down. Right?
Yeah.
It's saying you're lower than low. No matter how you try and twist it, it still has the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean to say, people like Marcus Garvey, right?
Yeah.
Malcolm X,
yeah.
Martin Luther King, Haile Selassie, they would not choose those terms.
No way.
Okay?
No way.
They would not put themselves or anybody else down like that.
Yeah.
So why should we be doing it? Why? Our young don't realise it's all part of why they're destroying themselves. Unless you've got love and respect for yourself, you ain't got love or respect for your family or nobody else that looks like you.
True.
And that's what we need.
True.
Love and respect. It's not just love for the women. Don't get me wrong. I love women.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't mean love for the brothers like I'd love a woman.
That's right.
But the love I'm talking about is the unity to know that if a man drops, I'll help him up.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
If I go to help him up and he calls me a nigger, I'm going to leave him down there because that's where he deserves to be because he's telling me that's what he is. Well, we're not about disrespecting anybody.
Yeah.
Right? But we're not about taking disrespect.
That's right.
Yeah?
That's right.
If my child disrespects me, I let him go.
True.
Right?
True.
It's one of two choices. Either you kill it or you let it go.
Yeah.
Right? My mother says let them go.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
So
real talk.
Let them go, and what my mom would say, hopefully they'll come to their senses.
Yeah.
With me, I'll let you go. There's no turning back.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because if I turn back, you might be coming back to destroy me, and I don't realise I'm giving you the open. Life is hard.
Yeah.
I've lived in this society, and in this regime for so long. I do understand. There are no second chances for some of us. There should be, but there isn't.
Mm-hmm. And you know, like, just the last bit, you know, like, the music that we make as black people, you know, disrespects our history, ourself, our women. Like, I don't see where we're going with this music. And, you know, when you look at the people at the top, those are the people that control it. They're not like us. They're nothing to do with us.
That's what it's all about. Yeah. Listen, from somebody's going to listen. Music has always been part of our lives.
That's right.
It's part of our history. It's part of us. How shall I put it now? The levels that music hits that affects us can make us happy, can bring us down. Music affects us on so many different levels, right? Now, the music that you're talking about is talking about self-destruction.
That's right.
Because call a woman a hoe, a bitch. No. She's somebody's mother.
True.
She's somebody's child.
True.
She's somebody's wife, potential wife.
That's right.
She is somebody.
That's right.
Yeah?
That's right.
Listen, to call a man a batty man, you don't know what's forced him to go down that road.
True.
At times it's preference.
Yeah.
At times it's because of how he sees the systems. Remember, a lot of people are doing things for political reasons.
Yeah.
And it's not about politics as far as I'm concerned, it's about our spirituality.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
Spirituality and mindset.
That's right. All right, Ick. Couple more questions and we're done.
I thought you said it was the last one.
No. Icky, for us as black people's children in the UK, yeah, do you think it's doing us good or more harm being grown up and taught in this westernized way? Because when I look at things now, it's like our culture's just gone, brother. I look properly, yeah, because I'm a very cultural guy, yeah. I like African culture, I like Jamaican culture, I like Barbados, I like all of them, yeah. But what I see over here is that slowly but surely we're losing it.
There was a term that was used back. The Asians said they've never been conquered, because when you try to you come there as conquerors, they will assimilate you. One way or the other, they assimilate you. That's what's happened to us. We've given up our own culture to be assimilated. In fact, now I'm seeing white people claiming black culture more than black people.
True.
Okay?
True.
So, again, without knowledge of yourself, right? Yeah. Listen, it's not just the culture is the food, right? The way you're spoken to at home, right? Mm-hmm. The way you interact with each other. Mm-hmm. Now, we want to be, how shall I put it, Europeans.
Yes.
I won't even say Caucasians, Europeans.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And we're not. Right?
Yeah.
I mean to say, knowing certain aspects of history, some of our people were in this country, England, from 11 BC. Mm-hmm. They found the remains of a black guy in a monastery.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So that says we've been here a long time.
Yes.
Maybe not in large quantities, or maybe in large quantities, we don't know, because if we were, they wouldn't let us know.
That's right.
All right?
That's right.
But again, we have been assimilated.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
There was a thing, there was a program about blacks who were here from the 40s or something like that. And how the children, their descendants, and now they don't look black. They look white, but it's only in taking their blood do you realize that they're black.
Yeah. So again, know that you're being assimilated, and you are working towards that up to a point. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So you're working towards your own destruction of your culture and so forth. Mm-hmm. Because you want to be assimilated. You're being forced to assimilate. Mm-hmm. And nothing that's forced is good for us. True. And Icky, yeah, you know, like when we look at each other now, everybody's talking about their conscious and their woke up and their this and their that. But it's like nobody's got a plan. Everybody can tell you about this and that, and yeah, I'm doing this, and this is what's going on, and I know about this.
As I said, we have our intellectuals.
Yeah.
And some of them put themselves up on a pedestal.
Yes.
Right? We've got our businessmen. Our intellectuals can reason and so forth. Our businessmen have businesses, yeah? Mm-hmm. But even they're never sectioned, right? It's not supposed to be sectioned. It's all supposed to be one big melting pot.
Yeah.
Right? Where we're all supposed to be able to help each other. I mean, we're supposed to be uplifting our children.
True.
Right? We're not even doing that. Because we don't know how to uplift ourselves, and those of us that do, it's just about me. It's not about everybody else. Mm-hmm. It's not even really about my children, because my children at times switch on me. Mm-hmm. As I said, the Europeans will have a 10, 20, 50, 100-year plan. Mm-hmm. What have we got? Where are we on that? The Chinese have got a plan. The Asians have a plan. Africans don't have a plan, because they're being used and sold, they're selling out their own.
True.
West Indians are doing the same thing.
True.
Right? Was it somebody once said to me, the only good leader we have is Mugabe.
Yes.
Right? And people are still arguing about that. Right? I mean to say, Gaddafi was a good leader.
Yes.
But what happened? We allow them to destroy our good leaders, and those they can't destroy, they defame. Right? Mm-hmm. The Queen's husband is a known racist. Mm-hmm. Nobody defames him. You're not supposed to say anything about it. Now it's against the law to talk about politics and so forth on your phones. Yeah?
Is it? It's against the law, yeah?
But basically, they say they can prosecute you and so forth. They're monitoring it all.
Oh, man.
Right? So again, as I said, 1984, Big Brother's watching you. Right?
Yeah.
What do? How do you circumvent that? People say you shouldn't worry unless you've got nothing to hide. Hold on. Whether I've got anything to hide or not, right? It's how shall I put it now? Encroachment on my freedom, right? My free will, my free speech, right? There's a number of different groups that are talking about these things and about should we or shouldn't we. But our people are going to it anyway because guess what? It's our nature.
Yeah.
So it's about knowing that you're going to do it, but knowing that at times you may have to face consequences. Yeah? Remember, we get in prison for nothing. So better to be in prison for having a belief than for not having anything at all. You have to have something. You've got to believe in something.
Yes.
Not just yourself.
Yes.
Your people.
Yes.
I'm being serious about that.
Yes.
Seriously. I'm going to say, no matter which island you're from, when they come to kill you, they're not killing you because of you're from an island, they're killing you because of your colour.
That's right. That's right.
So a stand has to be made. We have to recognise each other. Even, listen, gone are the days where we'd see each other, right, and hide. That was something that we did. That's why they thought we all knew each other.
Okay, back in the days, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Now, it's as though we see each other, and it's like, no, he's not your enemy. Right? He may not be your friend, but he's not your enemy. Do not make him your enemy.
Yeah.
Do not make yourself your enemy. Because that's what you're doing. You're looking about self-destruction.
That's right.
We're supposed to be about life.
That's right.
And life is love.
That's right. All right, Icky, I want to say thanks, but the last thing we want to say to you now, the last thing we want to say, right? Can you just give out, I know you've given out a lot of gems on this interview here, can you just give out a message to the young and old black people in UK right now? Something that, you know, they should grasp and take into, you know, into account, that they can help to better their life and help to better each other's life, and we can all work together.
My mum used to say, you're not on your own, right? If I eat, you eat, right? If I'm sleeping, you'll watch out for me while I'm sleeping.
Yes.
Yeah? If you are genuine and you need, what, £5, I can give that to you without thinking about it. We used to have a situation where man never used to work or sign on, but they never went without food. Yeah, you look at their clothes, you'd never know that they were unemployed or weren't signing on. They still look good, right? We had a community, right?
Yeah.
It was a family. It didn't matter about where you were from.
Yeah.
If we live in the same house and you haven't got money, we're both paying our rent, but you haven't got money to feed your children. I can't give my children food and let yours watch mine eat and yours go with their belly empty.
True.
That was bonding,
True.
right? Now we no longer have that. It's every dog for himself because it's not man. Right? Because a man will help another man.
Yes.
The law of humanity is that we help each other. The law of humanity is that a man wants water. You give it to him. In this country, no.
Yeah.
That's wrong. That's inhumane.
Yeah, true.
People die
True.
without water.
True.
And the water that they're refusing you is chemically treated anyway. So
True.
what's that?
True.
Look about your health, look about each other, right? If a man needs a help and he's not ignorant, help him. Because an ignorant man doesn't know anything about thank you or anything like that. It's all about himself.
True.
Right? I try to be humble. Right? I've had friends that I fought with friends who'd robbed me. I haven't killed them. So I'm saying life is, I let them go. Because it's their loss. They've lost me as a friend, right? As family. I'd lose my life for some of these guys. But when you can want to rob me and in robbing me rob my children and my family, goodbye.
Let them go.
That's right. Because then you aren't of my culture. Because of my culture, you don't rob each other, right? Robbery wasn't a thing that we did. It's something we learned, right? who are the only people that have gone, wherever they've gone, have created war, yeah, diseases, right, and mass murder, right? It ain't us, right? But we fought their wars for them, and we're still treated as second-class citizens. When are we going to learn that you can't fight anybody else's wars until you fight your own? You need to stand as one. When you stand as one, you get the recognition and the respect. They can pull you aside from the others, divide and conquer all over again. Haven't we learned from them? We've seen it happen enough times. I've got a niece, I love her to bits because there's nothing she wouldn't do for me. And there's nothing I wouldn't do for her. Me and her mother ain't tight, but she's my niece. Right? In fact, she's my sister niece. Let me put it this way, she's more of a sister to me than a niece. Yeah? Families don't chat about each other. Yeah? Family don't rob each other. Family don't disrespect each other.
Yeah.
Right? Family, anything you need, I will help you. If I can't help you, I see in what way I can stand beside you. That is family. But from you're going to be bad mouthing me to people, right? You're stabbing me in my back. I don't need that. So just like a friend, you let them go. They're not of your culture. They're not of your mindset. They're letting you know they don't see you as of their people.
True.
They have a saying, thugs stick with thugs. Right? Thieves stick with thieves. As a black person who's conscious and aware, you stick with your own because you know that it's not self-destruct.
Truly.
Those that mean you no good, you let them go, right? Even if they're destroying themselves, you cannot get involved because if you try and get involved, they're going to drag you down and destroy you too. You want people that you're going to uplift and who are going to uplift you. The streets aren't ours, right? The only thing that belongs to us is ourselves, unless we give it away. And that's what we've been doing for a long time. It's time to reclaim self. And I'm claiming you as my brother.
Yes, my brother.
My nephew.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Because respect's a two-way street. You show me respect, I reciprocate in kind. Right? If you bring war to me, I'll try and walk away. But if you continue, self-preservation kicks in. It sounds bad, but that's the reality.
Of course.
I send out love to all the people out there and know that education is the key. I'm not talking about their education. We need to learn about the world history, right? We need to start making our children look at that.
Yeah.
Politics, yeah? History, maths. We need all of those things more than anything else, yeah? And agriculture. Learn how to grow your food, yeah? Because, what do they say? Well, you are what you eat. Please, eat healthy, live long life, and I show you respect and goodbye.
Uncle Icky,
I'm out.
Uncle Icky, listen, I want to say thank you very much, brother, for your love and knowledge that you've bestowed on the people and myself.
I respect you, my brother,
Yeah,
every time.
I want to say blessings and all the best in everything, brother.
I'm sorry it was just off the card.
No, it's excellent. It's excellent. It's excellent, bro.
But still, I do thank you and respect you, my brother.
Respect, man. And I want to say, yeah, I learned something from you today. I learned a lot from you today, but what I will carry with me in my heart, right, is that if something is against you, let it go.
Thank you.
All right, brother?